What's up, guys? Mason the Brock Henderson here, and this is Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 4, Episode 14, The Man Behind the Shield. And holy crap, I'm so freaking excited! So, let's talk about it. First of all, let's talk about the build-up to this episode, because I've really been wanting to catch back up on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Especially because this past week's episode was given a 9.8 rating on IMDb, which is very rare, getting anything close to a 10. You know, really good episodes most of the time are given like 9.5 or 9.4. You know, lower 9s, but still anything above a 9 is normally considered a really good episode. 9.8 is something that I think I've seen maybe once or twice, and they've been like really incredible episodes. And on top of that, on Facebook, I saw something about the episode. It was like, it said Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. delivered the perfect whodunit mystery or something like that. So I'm really looking forward to this. And so as I'm watching, I'm just like, I want to get through this. I want to get through this to get to that episode, because I'm so excited to see that episode. And yet, as I'm watching this, I'm still getting really invested in this episode. You know, not just because it's building up to that, but because the story in it is actually pretty impressive as well. So, let's talk about it. First of all, we see that the team is gearing up. They're going to get Mace back from, you know, they're finding out this information about Anton Ivanov, I think is his name, the Superior. They're finding out this information about him. They find a secret base in Alaska. They go there. Coulson sees a lot of pictures related to him, and then he sees a picture of a base that he went to before. So they go to that base, and then they find him. They find the director, save the director, stop him, and unfortunately managed to lose Ada in the process. So that's pretty much the general overview of the episode, very quickly done. But on the outskirts of it are a lot of very interesting little details that I love that they threw in. First of all, I love the flashback. And honestly, after watching this, it makes me kind of want to see a little bit more of Coulson and May when they were still agents, when they were still working for S.H.I.E.L.D. before everything in the show happened. I want to see a bit more of that, because that was pretty interesting. I love some of the little things they threw in, you know, like her saying to him, you need to start wearing glasses, or you need to start wearing sunglasses. Just like, one of the funniest things about watching the Avengers is Coulson wearing sunglasses even though it's the dark of night. So, I don't know, just little things like that make me really crack up. And on top of that, the chemistry between them is really good. You know, we've seen the chemistry before. We've seen them working together very well. We know that they have a lot of chemistry. But this is like seeing them back in the day. Seeing them before all of this shit happened to them. All the crap and all the terrible things. This was like pure before all of that happened. Before things started going south. And it's just very interesting to see that. It's interesting to see them before all of this. You know, it's almost like a bit more of a connection than usual because of that. So I really enjoyed that, and on top of that, I mean, it's kind of an interesting story seeing them go to this place to find an 084, I think is what it's called, the unidentified alien artifact. The only thing I will say that I was a little bit disappointed about, I wanted to see what the alien artifact was. Like, I thought maybe it would be interesting. Like, Coulson was saying to the guy, I don't even remember what we got when we went there. And I was wondering if they were going to show us, like, maybe it was an artifact that was really important somehow to the Marvel Universe. Like, maybe it was the Darkhold. That would have been interesting. Probably not. But maybe it was something related to Thor or something related to the next movie. You know, some Guardians of the Galaxy reference. I don't know. It would have been nice to see what they were actually going to get. Because in the end, they get away with it, they stop the Russian patrol from getting it, and we never find out what it was. So the flashback, though, aside from that, was really amazing, and I love seeing that. I would love to see a bit more of just seeing them back in the day, seeing what they were like back then before things fell apart. And then on top of that, we do have the main story, which is tracking down the Superior, getting Mace back, and ultimately building up to this week's episode. And because I knew what this week's episode was about, it did kind of ruin the ending for me. You know, like seeing as Simmons is just like, hang on, we were all how long was that mission? And I was seeing it too. Like everybody comes running in at separate times. Even like when Coulson went to help Mac get the director back, it was like he came in second, so the switch could have happened there. Mac, he came in, he was by himself when he went to go find the director. He could have been switched. Daisy, after her fight, she came in late. She could have been switched. Simmons, she went down alone with this guy, uh, Davis, I think is his name, which he actually, I don't know who this guy is. He kind of, I want to say he worked with Mace in a couple previous episodes, but he's just a random agent, it seems like. But it was really funny because Fitz and Simmons are looking through this data that's in this base. They know that May is not here because the framework that she's being held in obviously isn't there. And so they're looking for it, and all of a sudden they realize Ada is in the base. And so they're looking. Simmons is going to go look for her. And Fitz is just like, "You're going to go look for a killer android alone?" She's like, "Don't worry. I'll take Davis with me." He's like, "Doesn't raise my confidence much." And he's just like, "Thanks." I started laughing. I'm like, dude, who is this guy? He's funny. But, she went down there alone with him, so those two could have been switched. Fitz was alone for a little bit. He could have been switched. Anybody could have been switched at any time. And it was kind of like last season how whenever we found out Daisy was the one Inhuman that was controlled by Hive, it was kind of like that, but in this one we actually have a bit more setup to it because all of a sudden Simmons looks on a computer, sees that the LMD detector was canceled or deleted. One of their records was deleted. So she goes and pulls it up. Coulson's the one that deleted it. And then she goes and looks, see who it was, and Coulson, Daisy, Mac, and the director are all coming in. She's like, well, how many of them have been switched? 4 of them. So all 4 of them are LMDs, according to the detection device. So who knows what this means? Like it could be anything. It could mean Coulson went in there and not only deleted it, but also if they tried to pull it back up, he made it to where they couldn't tell it was him. Or maybe somebody hacked in under Simmons' profile. I mean, Daisy herself is a hacker, so that's a possibility. Or Simmons, she's the one that set this up to make it look like, oh, they're the LMDs, not me, because I'm the one that figured this out. Or Fitz is... It could be anybody. It could be anybody. It could be any number of them as well. That's just the excitement of it. Going into this thinking, who could it possibly be? And ultimately, what would probably blow my mind even more, and I hope this isn't it, because if it is, it's going to seem like I know what's going to happen before, but I swear I have no clue what's going on. But I'm wondering, what if nobody got switched? That would probably be the most interesting thing they could do. Set it up to make it look like multiple people got switched. So now they're tearing each other from within. They're breaking down from within. Just to be revealed at the end, oh, none of them were LMDs. That would be freaking awesome. That would be a great twist. I'm so excited. I'm really, really, really excited. Seeing the 9.8 rating on Tuesday night after the episode aired, I was just like, wow, I wonder if it's really that good. The next day, I'm like, it's still a 9.8. Today, I'm like, it's still a 9.8. I'm so excited. I'm really, really looking forward to it. I hate the fact that I have to go watch other shows before I get back to this because, holy cow, it's a great setup. So, aside from all that, 2 other minor things to talk about. One is, of course, Ada. We see kind of a really interesting moment with her. First of all, we see that she's kind of speaking for Radcliffe, so part of me wonders how much of this plan was Radcliffe's and how much is kind of hers, because we've seen that she's becoming more human recently. So I'm wondering if this has all been Radcliffe's plan, the idea to switch them out or whatever happened. And then on top of that, like, we see a moment where Anton, the superior, is like, even filth has its purpose. And so after Daisy's fight with Anton and she almost kills him by dropping building on him, or part of the building, she comes in and she's talking like she's in control, like our plan's going forward smoothly. And then she leans down toward his near lifeless body. She's like, even filth has its purpose. I'm like, okay. She is intimidating as Ada now. Like, before, she just seemed like creepy robot. You know, like she just seemed like, oh yeah, another robot that has a consciousness that is now trying to take over the world. I've seen this before. Now she seems like downright evil, and I love that. I love that they're taking her to this level. It's very interesting. Um, so we see that, and then on top of that, after we see the flashback between Coulson and May where they're driving away from the base, all of a sudden Coulson unzips a bag and smiles, and then out comes LMD May, and he just turns her on and says, "That's about time for that drink." So I'm curious to see what this is. I'm wondering. Part of me is wondering if this is going to be like Coulson is actually an LMD, and so he's using May to help him. The other part of me is wondering if this is Coulson just if it's making him look more like he's an LMD by bringing her out. I'm wondering if maybe the reasoning behind it is like he wants to convince her that he believes her, that he believes that she's May, and so it's kind of one of those strange things where he's going to try to trick her into giving him information that she might have, maybe. I don't know. So many great questions, so much excitement going into the next episode. So yeah, really, really good episode. I'm looking forward to next episode, obviously. So let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. What did you like and dislike about this episode? Let me know. We can talk about and discuss all that good stuff. Leave a like and subscribe for future Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. reviews, and I'll see you at the next one. Peace out.